In the balmy August of 2020, a library clerk sat quietly in his home in Montreal, Canada, wondering what to do next with his life. Little did he know that he was going to embark on a task so massive that most of us would run away at the very thought of it. The clerk's name is Hugo, and you probably haven't heard of him before today, but I don't think you'll forget him or his creation anytime soon. Since the summer of 2019, Hugo had spent much of his free time teaching himself 3D modeling and game design. He'd made a bunch of small projects, but nothing major. To celebrate his 1 year of effort, he decided that he needed to make something big. But what to do? He mulled over lots of ideas, but nothing really stuck with him. It was only when he was rummaging through some old belongings and he came across a copy of the Realm of Terror box set that he had his moment of inspiration. Right then, Hugo decided what his momentous task would be. He would build, in full 3D splendor, the land of Barovia. Like a lot of tabletop nerds in the early 2000s, so many of Hugo's teenage years had been spent fantasizing about the mist-shrouded lands of Ravenloft. And now, here, years later, he finally had the skills to bring those imaginary worlds to life on the computer screen. And so Hugo set himself to his task. Night after night, day after day, sometimes for 13 hours straight, he toiled in front of his computer screen. He modeled landscapes, placed trees, torches, buildings, whatever Strahd's domain required. Slowly, the land of Barovia started to take shape. Hills here, mountains there, all the while the shadow of Castle Ravenloft loomed over the land. Hugo intended to work on this project for 1 year and see how far he got. Now, if you've been keeping track on your calendars, you know it's been 2 years since the start of our story almost. But Hugo is still hard at work, and now he's gotten some help along the way from a fellow named Lucas, who is a professional game developer. And it's now today that you, yes, you, can experience Barovia in glorious first person with a downloadable demo. I present to you the Barovia Project. Hugo and Lucas have released this 4GB demo for free over on itch.io, and I've got a link for you down in the description below. I'll let you know right now, this is not a finished product. It's just a demo version, so it's limited to the eastern side of Barovia. It's also a bit of a resource hog, so don't try to run this on a TI-86 or a pregnancy test. The Barovia project is very much an alpha state piece of software, but it's still damn good for what it is. You can experience the atmosphere of Barovia from the eastern gates all the way to the gate just west of Castle Ravenloft. No buying pies at Old Bone Grinder or attending festivals in Vallaki just yet. I really wanted to be able to stream this for you and have live commentary because experiencing this thing for the first time was just kind of wondrous. I couldn't help but get a goofy grin on my face when I turned a corner and saw the 2 headless statues at the gates of Barovia. But my computer just couldn't handle it. It's too old. I get like 30 frames per second running the Barovia project by itself, and when I toss OBS into the mix, it's just game over. Makes a really pretty slideshow though. Over the past 2 years, Hugo has spent not only countless hours of his free time to bring this to life, but also about $2,000 of his own money. That's dedication. I mean, there's being a fan of this adventure and creating a series of YouTube videos around it, and then there's spending 2 years and $2,000 to build Barovia in the Unreal Engine. I'm a fan. Hugo and Lucas are super fans. Now this is cool and all, and it's great to be able to walk around Barovia a bit, but let's touch on how you can actually use this to enhance your game. So many of us here have taken to using virtual tabletops to run our games, and with that comes the use of digital battle maps and other visual aids. With that in mind, something like the Barovia project is invaluable in letting us give our players a real glimpse at the areas that we're showing to them. If you don't want to paint a picture with words, or you want to get everybody on the same page visually, then this thing is the bee's knees. Wherever your game is taking place right now, provided it's on the eastern side of the map, you just have to go there and take some screenshots. Or if you're playing in person, just pull it up on your computer or laptop and show it to everybody at the table.
Yeah, okay, so here we are at Zur Falls Camp. This is what it looks like. There's some tents over there, some wagons over there, and look, there's a big-ass castle looming over all of us. Everybody wave and say, "Hi, Strahd."
It's also really great for screenshots. If you want, a shot of an iconic place for a splash screen that you can put onto Foundry or Roll20. I mean, just take a look at some of these ones that I took. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret though. You're not gonna get these kind of screenshots without a little extra help. Not unless you know how to add extra in-game shading and learn how to fly. And not to brag, but even Hugo didn't know that you could fly in this game until I showed him, and he's the one who made it. So I'm gonna help out members of our Patreon by giving everybody a pack of great screenshots along with tips on how to shade your game. Silver tier, however, is gonna get flying lessons. So what does the future of the Barovia project look like? Well, Hugo and Lucas are absolutely thrilled with the reception that the project has received so far, and they want to keep going and make the rest of Barovia. But they're gonna need help. Now, I've already donated $100 to the cause through the itch.io page because I want to see more of what Hugo and Lucas can do with Barovia. So here's the part where I ask for your help. Head on over to the Barovia project's download page on itch.io and try out the project. If you like what you see, if you believe in it, if you want to see more, go back and donate whatever you can. Help Hugo and Lucas out because 3D assets for this project aren't cheap. And if you're a game developer who's experienced in the Unreal Engine, I bet they could use your help. Head on over to the Barovia project's Discord server and say hi. There might just be a spot for you on their team. Now, if you want to spend even more time in Barovia, I highly recommend that you add more content to it, more adventures, and I want to help you do just that. Right now, we have a Kickstarter going on for the Gothic Horrors expansion to the Deck of Many Quests. This expansion contains over 6,000 Gothic horror quests that you can drop into any domain of dread that you choose, Barovia included. So go ahead, check it out. Let's help make this a reality and bring it to hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world. And whatever you do, when you get to the overlook at Castle Ravenloft, watch your footing. It's a long way down.